Hi everyone, it is just me today. So today I'm going to be talking about How to Train Your Dragon, the live action remake of 2025. Jake is not here because he wanted to watch another film, so we went to two different films. So you're gonna get extra videos this week. What did I think about the live action remake? I really loved it. I would get it 9.5 out of 10, and because I rate it so high, I really wish that Jake watched this with me because I know I'm gonna get hate from some of you for rating it so high, but indeed that's what I thought it should be rated. And I'm sure if Jake was here, he would have had some negative things to say about the film. But overall, I enjoyed it. It is like the closest live action remake that I have seen of an animated film. There were differences. A lot of the scenes were extended, such as the relationship with Snotlout with his dad. I will get into that in the spoiler section, but I really liked it because you can kind of see more of his character, more of seeing what makes him him. And also you get more of an idea of the culture of the Vikings rather than just killing dragons, the warrior mentality and what that really means, I guess, as far as parental relationship. Because in the original, I believe we just really get to see that with Hiccup and his dad, the chief. So the person who played Astrid was literally spot on. Like, I would say it was mirroring almost the animated character. So I really actually like that. And you could really tell that both the animated film and the live action had the same director because the way the dragons were, the relationship between Hiccup and Toothless, which is obviously the heart of this film, and it was very spot on, made me cry in a lot of scenes. And I think if Jake was here, he would criticize the CGI. I don't really care, but Jake would definitely be like, wanted something a little bit better, probably CGI related, but yeah, I was fine with it. So definitely recommend it if you didn't like other live actions recently, such as Snow White and Lilo and Stitch, because they took a lot of the original materials out. If that was your reasoning for not liking them, then you'll like this because it's very true to its original animated material. If you like the original film, you're gonna really like this one, I think. Prove me wrong. Now let's get into the spoiler section because there's not really much else that I can say except it was great. Another thing I want to add is that although I was fine with the fact that they extended the scenes when it comes to the other side characters, the kids, and showing more the village, how the village reacts to Hiccup when he starts becoming very good with the dragons that he's training with. I really wish they extended the scenes with Astrid and Hiccup. I don't know if a lot of people, this might be a hot take, I'm not really sure, because the way they did it is similar to the original source material, but at the same time, some things that didn't feel as out of nowhere in the original film felt a little out of nowhere in this film. I'm not sure if it's because it's live action, I'm correlating it more to like real world relationships and how they work and being a little too realistic. I mean, I really shouldn't be because it is about dragons, but nonetheless, that's how I feel. All right. So with that being said, I recommend it. Go watch it, especially if you haven't been happy with the latest live actions because it's not true to source material. I feel like this is the most ones that I have seen that's the most true to the original animated movie. Spoilers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The one where I have criticism is with Astrid's relationship with Hiccup. Him after slapping him or pushing him and saying this is for this but this is for everything else, and she kisses him. I was fine in the animated film with those scenes, but in this one it kind of felt like it was sudden because it felt like she was literally just fell in love because, hey, she fell in love with the fact that he was good with dragons rather than his actual personality. There weren't any other scenes where we saw her like him for who he was before he became good with dragons. And maybe you felt this way about the original animated, and maybe I'm just kind of completely wrong, but I really wish that there was more of a build up to their romance scene. But then again, I think it would stray away from the original material too much, so I don't know, maybe there's a good way to do that. But yeah, I didn't really buy that as much, although everything else I bought, between their relationship. Hiccup and Toothless, obviously, like I said, the heart of this film, amazing. I love Toothless. I want to have him as my pet dragon because he reminds me so much of my son. Like, my son is 6 months old now. He's a Toothless. I have a Toothless for a son in human form, I think. It just, I was just in love with that non-real character. I was crying in the scene where he is, you know, trapped because of Hiccup's dad and all those things. It just really touched me. I don't know. Is that a new mom thing or did it touch you as well? I'm not really sure. But I really liked that scene. One of the scenes that I absolutely was laughing my ass off on was Hiccup's dad was so funny with the awkward scene between Hiccup and his dad when the dad is like, hey, now that you're great with dragons, we have something to finally talk about. And then it's just pausing. And I really felt the awkwardness and the pain there from Hiccup's side with some of my own experiences. So I really like that. It was really funny. But other than that, that's basically all I have to say. I mean, there's other details, but I don't really want to make this review too long. I really wish that Jake was here, and I really wish that, I had his negativity to bounce off of because, you know, I'm attracted to that because I'm damaged. Yeah, that's it. Go watch it. You can really tell it's the same director, like I said, from the original film and this film because it's so true to the material, and I really enjoyed it. And I when it comes out in streaming services, I'm really going to be looking forward to Jake watching it and ruining it for me. But you know, I think I'm kind of like used to him ruining films for me at this point, that it feels kind of weird that I'm like, wow, this film is not ruined for me. Either way, let me know what you thought, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.